Meine lieben Freunde, ich bin euer Udo und wir sind zurück bei Disco Elysium. Das letzte Mal haben wir ähm, den Toten obduziert und dann habe ich einige kleine schlechte Entscheidungen
The man
getroffen.
is decomposing visibly now.
Okay.
Every hour he looks less like a creature
Und
and
ich
more like a pile
habe
of
deswegen einen Reload
intestines.
gemacht.
The
Kein
lieutenant
Mensch bin.
adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Okay, wir können ihm nochmal in den Körper schauen. Mal schauen. Sollten wir es jetzt beim ersten Mal schaffen, werde ich trotzdem Perception um 1 erhöhen, einfach weil ich das vorher auch schon gemacht habe. Aber wir werden es eh nicht schaffen.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough.
Look under his fingernails. Like
His fingernails have turned dark. They're chipped and quite long. There is dirt under them. That's all.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
Yes, there's something we are not seeing. Got the gut feeling that there's more to this.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination.
Okay.
And we need to do it
Where
fast.
do we find a fridge to the body?
Wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building?
Ja, das hatten wir schon mal, dieses Gespräch.
Now, I've rarely been disappointed by the size of a giant ice bear fridge. But I think we should still take a look at it first. Make sure it's big enough before we carry him over. Let's
Okay.
move. With every hour, whatever we are looking for in the deceased will become harder to find.
Okay. Das heißt, wir schauen uns zuerst einmal den Refrigerator an, bevor wir irgendwas anderes machen.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over all the ice cream wrappers hidden inside its belly.
Okay, so what do you think of this fridge, Kim? Looks big enough for 2
It's
corpses.
certainly an eccentric choice, but it is capacious and cold enough, too.
But
Good.
the optics on this are awful, he thinks. We need to be as silent as we can. Your visual confirms you could fit 2 more bodies in the ice bear fridge.
Okay.
Shall we go and get the body, then? I'll take the head, you take the feet. The stairs won't be easy, but we'll manage.
Okay, let's do this.
The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get it down to the basement. Then 10 more minutes to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. A dead body in an ice bear fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
You have created an ice bear sarcophagus.
God! Eisbär sarcophagus. Oh God. Really, you think it's good work? I'm not sure I believe you. Behold, we have created an ice bear sarcophagus.
Talk of the ice bear sarcophagus must not leave this room.
Okay. I think this is a glorious achievement and people need to hear about it. Nein, müssen sie nicht. We did our best with the means at our disposal. Yeah, I'm not proud either, but we did find a fridge. This is police work, Kim. It's art. This was our vision. Wir sind aber kein Art-Cop. Wir haben das rausgehauen aus unserem Ding. Oder? Nein? Das war hier. Kein Art-Cop mehr. Lonesome Long Way Home. Kein Art-Cop. Yeah, I'm not proud either, but we did find a fridge.
As impressive as the fridge is, this is a small victory among numerous defeats.
Yep.
At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse
Ich muss
stands
nicht mal das
slumped,
Perception erhöhen.
waiting.
Okay, das ist ja cool. 72% jetzt sogar. Wir haben plus 4, das heißt, wir haben 8. Wir müssen 14 erreichen. Das heißt 6 zusätzlich. 6 und höher. Na komm, wir schaffen das.
Your arm reaches out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, dead flesh through the latex glove. It's right under the palm of your hand.
What is this?
His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a rubber spider, your gloved hand crawls on his features. Everything is silent, all around.
Put your fingers in his mouth. Crawl up his nostrils. Squeeze his nose. Nostrils. Das sind Nasenflügel, oder? Was soll ich? Nein, in den Mund. Er hat vorhin schon gesagt, der Mund ist es.
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop.
Okay.
You're on the right track.
Sehen wir das? Play with it. Open your eyes and look. No. Touch something else. Wir schauen
A
uns an.
vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from his throat. And there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate.
Okay. Was ist
You
dort?
see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened.
Oh, ein Loch im Gaumen.
An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Okay.
Abrasion collar.
Touch it with your finger.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound.
Ah, ja. Wir sollen unseren Finger reinstecken.
Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
Brainstem. Feel around first. Push deeper. Feel around
The
first.
basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex.
Okay.
This man will never sleep again. Never wake.
Danke, Conceptualization. Wir haben das schon mitgekriegt.
Your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres.
Okay.
The undulations of the limbic system have ended. All is quiet.
There's a cavity cut right between the hemispheres.
The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper. Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further,
yeah.
but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow.
Okay. Wriggle in.
Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly.
Ja.
Strange
Hier.
fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it on the tip of your finger.
Die Kugel.
Ice cold serrated metal. Its edges cut right through the latex and into your finger.
I feel a solid object right under the skull.
Can you get to it?
Wir können es versuchen, aber wir haben nur eine Chance offensichtlich. 97%. Interfacing sind wir echt gut. Naja, besser wird's nicht. Alles, was mehr als ein 2 ist, gewinnt. Yay. Success.
You pick the object between your index and middle finger. It feels sharp, like metal. With your face twisting from pain and concentration, all you need to do is just...
Slowly pull your fingers out.
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth. The garden glove is covered in blood right up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower, a blossom made of lead.
Ja, eine Kugel.
A bullet.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
Ja.
A non-caliber. Rifled. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact.
Fractured on impact. Keep it, Lieutenant, as a gift.
No, you deserve it. We can log it later.
Ach, danke. Ich bin vollgesaut mit Blut und Schleim aus dem zerschmetterten Gehirn eines Toten, der in den Kopf geschossen wurde durch den Gaumen. Ich fühle mich großartig. Das um 9:45 Uhr, direkt nach dem Frühstück.
We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion color. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
Sounds about right. Say nothing, just no.
Opinion, fatal injury.
Agreed. I'm still not sure. Look at your hand quizzically. Agreed.
And one last thing. We can now fill in injury number 3. Ligament mark. Opinion non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
Treatment. The ligament mark, the fractured hyoid bone, it was all treatment.
Yes, and the belt around his neck. The hanging. Even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead.
Dead, doop. Oh god. Think so, agreed. Aren't we jumping to conclusions? Yeah.
I have had my doubts for a while now, since I saw there were no signs of struggle on his hands, and no claw marks on his neck.
Yeah, yes.
There have been other signs too, small things. We were right not to assign hanging as cause of death, as the perpetrators expected we would. No such luck for them.
Okay.
We didn't fall for it, he thinks. There's pride in there.
Ja, kann ich nachvollziehen.
There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged.
Das klingt bescheuert. Logic, du bist doof. Who would do this?
That's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier.
Why would anyone do this? I think I need to wash myself.
Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening.
Echt jetzt? Erst am Abend, nicht jetzt? Okay. Why would anyone do this?
To put him out of his misery? It's possible, but it does not explain all the other dubious things here. Lack of struggle, primarily. I may be intellectually sloppy, but I prefer one theory at a time. And this just smacks of treatment to me.
Maybe the bullet holds more answers.
Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
Would anyone do
To hide
this?
something. The real killer? The real motivation? What really happened here?
Yeah.
We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day.
We'll be gone. What should I do in the meanwhile?
Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work, Detective.
Ah, ich weiß, wir sind großartig. Let's bag him, Kim. Take him away.
Alright.
Und wieder 30 Punkte. Alright, he takes out the shiny black body bag and starts pulling the plastic over the dead man's
I will need a
face.
little help carrying him.
Okay.
You take the hands, I'll take the legs.
Gut, gut. Oh, wir sind so großartig. Aber nur kurz im Eisbären. Wie kommt er eigentlich raus? Ich meine, wir sind ab, oder? Okay, immer ist weg. Okay. Gut, wir haben gesagt, wir nehmen auf jeden Fall trotzdem Perception, weil wir quasi gefunden haben. Wobei andererseits, ja, nein, haben wir. Also wir nehmen das Perception Maus. So, was haben wir hier? Die Bullet. Fractured bullets. The bullet mushroomed out on impact. Ah, warte mal, bevor wir aber irgendwas anderes machen. Nein. Schauen wir doch noch mal, welche Sachen wir noch machen können. Interface. Diese ganzen Sachen können wir jetzt machen. Cafeteria Window. Weil wir gerade Dings haben. Policeman Cloak. Oh nein, da brauche ich nicht mehr hin. Das hatten wir schon. Und was haben wir noch? Nicht rot. Doch, rot, glaube ich, ist auch noch besser geworden, oder? Map Wall. Das machen wir jetzt schnell. Bevor die Dings... vorbei ist. Warte mal, haben wir das da eigentlich geschafft? Nein. Hallo?
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers
Okay.
the
Not now. Die ältere Dame oder die dickere Dame. Wo war die Wand? Die war hier irgendwo. Da war die Wand. Oder auch nicht. Das war im Ding drinnen. Das war gar nicht die Wand hier, das war in der Buchhandlung. Komm schon. Ach, warte mal, haben wir diesen Effekt überhaupt noch? Ja, was soll's, wir probieren es einfach. Das ist schon wieder da oben beim Karten, da wo wir die kleine Karte gekauft haben. Hier, das ist die Map Wall.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez. This large map displays archipelagos. You see Ozon, Laurentide, disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou. In a bookstore, it's you. You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vimandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, lost little pearls of 850 million.
Vielleicht war das einfach, dass man das klauen konnte, aber wieso ist das nicht weg?
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. Only you have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods. But looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust. The north coast of a verdant to the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Hudon. It's so small you can't even see it on. No, this is somewhere to be.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. Yes. Are you interested or not?
Okay. Schauen wir mal. Ich glaube, wir können da Sachen...
Shelves full of biographies of famous people.
Kein Sachen klauen. Ich glaube, man hätte sie klauen können.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of...
Und ganz offensichtlich...
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over a couple of spook novels.
Oh, das habe ich mir noch nicht angeschaut, offensichtlich.
Books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring do.
So, okay. What's all this fiction?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out.
Good.
You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers.
Yes.
These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family.
Yeah.
Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Sure thing.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen.
Yeah, danke. We get the point.
The killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock tower. The ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's funeral pyre. The murder of Dick Mullen.
Okay. Dick Mullen dies.
Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve a case.
Ah, are there any more?
Yes, there's also the dame who did it. Farewell, my Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death.
Oh, danke.
And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer.
Okay.
This is not the way real police solve crimes. The real police are some 20 kilometers away, sitting in an armored motor carriage.
Genau.
Come on, Chester. Tell the story again.
Ah, das ist der Typ am Telefon damals.
Again? Man, I tell that one at least once a month. It's not that interesting.
The fuck it is. And these guys haven't heard it. You see, Chester here.
Uh-huh. Chester faked his own death once.
Gosh, why?
The bald man bellows a
A
reply.
very fucking dangerous case, ain't that right, Chester? They almost got you that time.
Yeah, sure came close. Alright, so I was tailing this guy called Francis the Shoe.
The inside of the motor carriage is filled with cigarette smoke. Outside it starts to rain.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Okay. Let's try this.
Your attempt to grasp at the answer fails. It seems very close
8
by.
hätte gereicht.
Pulsating,
Natürlich haben wir nur
just out
7.
of reach.
Tja. Kein Dick Mullen für uns. Okay. Haben wir da noch irgendetwas nicht gesehen?
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes.
Oh,
There are
das haben wir uns auch
numerous
noch nicht
types of
angeschaut.
games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Look through the pile of
An
data.
endless variety of source books, law books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition.
Okay.
There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Catawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a pick-your-path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books
Okay.
in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
Ja, genau. Maybe I'm not into all this binocular stuff. Anything that really catches my eye?
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game. New maps
50
and
real.
miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense.
So, okay, what board games do you really?
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinda, a very educational game for those interested in geography.
Ja, klar.
Braubritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family.
Braubritter is
You can
Monopoly,
play with your children.
I guess.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
Oh, I have children, a family.
It certainly feels like whatever you are will die with you.
Oh, look at me. Who'd want to have children with me? Oh, we're the sorry cop again. I don't feel as if I have any kids. Yes, kids, friends, chicks. I have all
are technically like family.
Stimmt, wir könnten es mit ihm spielen.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost 12 real.
So what about all these viral
How's
things?
the auras there? No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally,
Okay.
I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them though.
Sehr gut, sehr gut. Sie verkauft das Teufelszeug. Okay, wir gehen weg. Ich glaube nicht, dass wir das brauchen.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more?
Nein. Gut. Hey, da gibt es ja noch mehr Bücherregale, die ich sicher auch noch nicht angeschaut habe.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian. on the cover. Nearly all the
Heimdall.
titles contain the word Heimdall somewhere.
Okay. Das schauen wir uns auch noch an, bevor wir Schluss machen für heute.
A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
Awfully violent books.
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
Ah, sounds good. Which one should I start with? That doesn't sound like something I'd be interested in.
What does it matter? They're all the same. However, the customer is always right, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Heimdall, the man from Heimdall. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
Okay. Das kostet auch weniger.
Rows and rows of Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man.
Echt jetzt? Good God, how many are there?
Maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall and the false god. Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth. Man from Heimdall, the Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heimdall and the snow crabs.
Is that all?
Not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves.
Okay.
Man from
Do
Heimdall
any of the book
under the
call
lake.
out?
Man from Heimdall, Heimdall burning. There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Heimdall Man, and so much more.
Okay, wir versuchen das Pain Threshold hier.
A twinge at the back of your
Yay.
head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
Ow.
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular Man from Heimdall in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man. She's laughing at him, belittling
Oh.
him.
Nein.
Between the throne and the Heimdall man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman.
Aren't all women devil women?
The
Interesting.
display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Heimdall novels.
Ah, okay. Wollen wir das kaufen? Es kostet 9 Real. Wir haben so wenig Geld. Ich weiß nicht, wie oft wir hier noch übernachten müssen. Und wir haben noch so viel zu lesen. Okay, meine lieben Freunde, wir machen Schluss für heute wieder. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Bis zum